What up, everybody? It's Breeze from Rolling Free TV, and you already know I got another banger of a show. So I'm about to let it go. Y'all ready? I'm gonna call this one Official Prospect. We've been over the hang around video. We've seen the hang around process, heard about it, thought it through. Of course, I may have missed a couple of things. You get the point. Now, we're in the prospect mode. So, you made prospect. What comes next? My first thing that comes to mind when I thought about being a prospect and where to start this out at is a kit box. When you're a prospect at this point, now you're supposed to carry around a bag or a tackle box or this whatever you can think of to carry these little items. So yes, I'm looking at a list, and here's some things that you might find in a prospect kit. Condom, lighter, ciggies, all kinds, zip ties, nail clippers, toiletry, gel, cards. See, that's one list. I have 3 lists of these things, so just so y'all know, every prospect needs to carry a kit so that when a member or a patch holder or whatever you want to call it comes up to them and says, hey, I need a ciggy, I need a condom, that they got it and they can access it and you're supposed to have it. I don't know what that's all about. I'll tell you what mine was in a few. And probably after reading these lists is why I didn't, one of the reasons why I didn't make it. Shout out to everybody who watches the show. Shout out to all the subscribers, membership. We're going to get some sick member videos coming up. I got a crazy interview coming tomorrow with a member from Seattle. It's going to be called My Time with the Hells Angels. This dude's going to tell us what time it was and his experience. I also got Big Pee Wee coming up at some point. I'm super excited. I got some stuff lined up for y'all. Let's get back into this. Hit that like button. So, another person's kit. 2 Mouseketools. 2 tampons, just in case somebody gets hit by a Mouseketool. Toothpicks. First aid kit. Extra shirt. Sunglasses. And a monocular. I threw in throwaway phones just in case you're getting creepy with it. You might need a throwaway. You never know. You never know. So, that was the kit box. These are things like when you go out in front of a bunch of members, you need to have that kit. Y'all know that I'm a mess up, and so my kit was just a Mouseketool and some rolling papers, because if you didn't need any one of those 2 things, guess what? One of these dummies next to me is carrying around this big old tackle box. I'll get you what you need. Be right back, right? So, hey, that's a kit box. That's something you're going to need as a prospect. Now, I've been hang around twice and I've been prospect twice, so I do know what I'm talking about. But good thing we have a real life ex-member to interview tomorrow, because I never patched out, so how could I speak on that process? When you get to the clubhouse as a prospect, you're going to want to have a full gas tank. 100%. You're not going to want to show up with an empty tank of gas, because when these dudes take off, we don't know if we're going down the block to Joe Schmo's bar, or if we're going down the dang interstate into enemy territory. I don't know. Have some gas. It'll save your ass. Be early. Be early to everything, dog. You already might have picked up on that once you're a hang around, but if you want to be a good prospect, you want to show up early. If you're not 15 minutes early, you're late. So at least 20 minutes early. That's just a little tip, I think. have a full stomach. You don't want to show up and all of a sudden we're talking about one of those long rides. Prospects, get on the bikes, let's go. Kickstands up in 5 minutes. And you're riding for 2 hours, your stomach's bubbling. No, show up, fed and watered, because it's going to be a long weekend. It's going to be a long party. It's going to be a long night. Whatever you're showing up to as a prospect, it's going to be a rough one. And this is a funny one. You're going to be wearing boots, so you're probably going to want some gel inserts, right? Speaking of gel inserts, we got vests in here in the links. I got vest listed, shirts, bike parts, helmets, all that stuff. If you click it and you go through one of those links and get one of those things, it gets me a little cha-ching. So I wouldn't mind if you did. I clicked some things that I thought looked cool. It's all part of the YouTube Get Down. Don't show up on an empty stomach. Put a snack in your pocket. Make sure you're hydrated. Hey, and right next to that, don't forget your baby powder. If you're a man, and a lot of these bikers are a little bit overweight, and big guys, maybe a little rubbing down there, you're going to need some baby powder, some monkey butt, aka Sweet Relief. I don't know, just getting a big old handful of that and poof. You know what I'm talking about. If you know, you know. And there ain't nothing like it. You're going to need that. Tips and tricks. You're going to need some sunscreen. It's going to be hot. It could be cold. It could be, I don't know what, but the sun's going to be out. When the sun's out, you don't want your skin to burn. You never know how long they're going to leave you on a post. So always have sunscreen. And if you're going into a place with bugs, always have the bug screen, right? We don't want no mosquito bites standing out on posts, just getting buggy. Come on, we're gonna be ready. Prospect, super prospect, prospect Olympics. Don't wear your glasses. When you roll up to a member, you gotta look them in the eye. Hey, Breeze. Yada, yada. Nice to meet you. Don't have your riding gloves on. When you come with your glasses on to say hello to a man, I guess it's a form of disrespect. I just don't want the sun in my eyes. But take your glasses up, look them in the eye, introduce yourself. Don't wear your gloves. Wearing your gloves into a clubhouse is a sign of boo-bopping, pop-locking going on, right? We don't want any of that. No cupcaking, dog. You're not gonna be good to bring your girl really around to events. It's silly if you do. You ain't gonna be able to be like, "Hey, honey, are you doing all right? Can I get you a drink while I'm working this event?" It's never a good look. Never a good look. So no cupcaking. Don't bring your girlfriend around. Just get that out of your head. There'll be time for that later, right? Get to work. You're just there to work, right? You might as well just get to work. That's what you're there to do. You're trying to prove a point, man. You're going to show everybody that you are a asset. You have something to do there. And hopefully they'll look at that and think good job and not hate you like they did me. All right. On top of that, somebody obviously got you in to be a hang around, to come around, to be a prospect. There's a member that you've built a relationship with that you can come to with your problems, and he might keep it between y'all, and he might not. Hopefully he does. But now you're going to have to build a relationship with every other person in the room. Not just the guy that brought you around. So you're going to have a president. You're going to have sergeant at arms, treasurer. These are called officers. There's a whole list of them. They're going to be more important than your average member. just a member, right? There's the members that just cruise through as well. You're going to have to get, I would say the officers are important, but everybody's important. Every vote is one man, one vote. So you need a relationship with every one of those dudes. You need to be calling them, texting them, learn where they live at, and just whatever you can do to get on their good side. Don't interrupt members when they're talking. Don't jump up. Just learn from my mistakes, everybody. I know everyone's going to jump in here and call me this and that. I prospected 2 or 3 times. It is what it is. I learned some stuff. So take it from me. Learn from other people's mistakes. Don't interrupt 2 members when they're talking. If you see 2 members off to the side and they're forehead to forehead, or even if they're just talking, don't come in and run your prospect mouth or ask a question. You need to just wait. Or if it's a certain kind of situation, just, hey, ask them later, or just don't get involved in that, and definitely don't interrupt them. Remember you're a prospect now, right? Remember you're a prospect for whatever club you're going for, and anything you do represents that club, so act accordingly. 100% act accordingly. So that means you're not going to be going out drinking and just, I don't know, just getting out of control, because now everything you do is a reflection of them. And whatever you do out in public that gets back to them that's stupid, you're going to have to answer for. And you don't want to get jumped on in a disciplinary, do you? Don't fake the funk. I know there's a saying that says fake it till you make it. You're a prospective member now. Maybe you should act more like a member, but don't fake ever to be something you're not. Be yourself, and nobody can tell you you're doing it wrong. Don't fake it. And if you don't fit in, you don't fit in. Pick up the pieces and move along. You're going to be on call 24/7. Your phone needs to be on. It needs to be all the way up. It needs to be near you. You need to be able to call back in less than 15 minutes, because what if your brother's in a ditch somewhere? Come on. You're going to have to make yourself available like the 7-Eleven 24/7. You're going to need a Mouseketeil. I definitely threw that in there. Make whatever out of that you want to. Keep your area clean. You're going to be working events. You're going to be bartending. You're going to be watching this part of the clubhouse over here, doing this and that. Just make sure the area is clean. You don't want a member slipping or sleeping in your area, but you definitely don't want them slipping on some water or some trash, or stepping in trash, having to move something. You need to just keep it clean. Don't take any shit. They're gonna mess with you. They're gonna want to see how far they can go. They're gonna see what you can take and what you won't take. Don't overdo it, but don't take any shit. Don't go beating your chest either. Stay ready. You don't gotta get ready if you stay ready. You know what I mean? Hey, when you're around these dudes, anything could happen at any minute. And it sounds maybe silly to some, or you don't believe that. Well, let me tell you, 10 seconds can change your life. And every slip counts. You're going to miss every family event you ever thought of. Your kid's birthday, maybe even a kid being born, your Easter, any holiday, any family time is out the window. For the next year at least, if you're really good at what you're doing, I tried for 5. You're going to miss out on all that stuff. You're going to lose all your street friends and your family and all that, because you're just going to be 100% no surrender, no compromise. Your whole life is going to be about the club now, right? You're going to get mud checked. I just said that earlier. They're going to mess with you. They're going to push you to your breaking point. You know, sometimes you're going to be thinking, should I just take off on this dude right now? And it's probably not the right choice. if it's coming to that, you will know when. But man, as a prospect, you should. Hey, you got to do what you got to do. I don't want to say you shouldn't be taking off on members, but you probably shouldn't. It's happened. It's happened a few times. You know what I mean? Don't wreck your bike. If you wreck your bike, you look silly in front of everybody. No disrespect to everybody who's wrecked their bike in front of all their homies. And I seen some of you watching wreck your bikes right in front of me. Y'all ain't seen me wreck. I've wrecked a couple times in life, but don't wreck your bike. All right? When you ride like thunder, you might crash like lightning. Don't crash your bike. As soon as you're a prospect and you crash your bike, in my mind, the program is over. Either you're so close that they're gonna let you in, or you're just gonna fall off because you're worthless. You're a crumpled up little piece of trash. So don't crash your bike. I've been keeping these short for y'all. It's hard to, drag them on when it's just me, and I don't want to do all that. I keep it short and sweet, nice and neat, straight to the point. These are the little videos I throw out. I got some sick interviews coming up, man. You wouldn't believe it. So, to wrap this up, there's going to be days where you want to quit. Hey, take it for what it is. You might get yelled at. You might get yelled at for a few weeks. You might just be sick of what's going on. And there's going to be days you don't want to do it anymore. You're going to be tired, man. They keep you up all weekend. When I was prospecting, it was like check into the clubhouse Thursday night and leave Monday night. And you're just up, taking shifts, watching cameras, cleaning, being seen. You're going to need to run around town and let everybody know you're the new big bad prospect in town and let them know what time it is. And so they got something to talk about. And then you know what happened for me? They started clanking me up. And it didn't go too great for me after that. But this isn't about me. This is about being a good prospect. That's definitely not about me. Thank you, everybody that tunes into this channel, man. Rolling Free TV. Share it with a friend. Hey, shout out to prestigious_labs on Instagram. Everybody go give them a follow. Shout out to Deathcore. Man, hey, I appreciate everybody who watches this. And if you're a trucker, do me a little favor. My homeboy just started a channel called Insane Trucker TV. He's a goon. He's a hooligan. He's a funny guy. He's a hard worker. He's a family man. He's an insane trucker. Everybody go check him out. I'm Breeze. This is Rolling Free TV, man. Do me a favor and hit that like button. If you guys want to donate to me, man, and get Elwood some Little Debbie's, it's going to be Chime, #, Rolling Free TV. You already know the deal. I'll catch y'all on the flip side. Look forward to these episodes coming up, man. I got the interview coming up tomorrow. Everybody set the notification bell for that. Check it out. I got Big Bad Pee-wee coming on here. That's a mind blower. And catch you on the flip side, man. Thanks for tuning in.